So this is a Jeff White Bowie knife blank that I ordered from a small online privately owned business. That's where I get most of my Jeff White blanks. It doesn't have his maker mark on there. He never puts his maker mark on the ones that he sells as a knife blank, which I don't blame him. Overall length, I believe, is 13 inches. The actual blade length is 7 inches. It has a convex grind on it. You can still see some of the hammer marks from when he hand forged it. So for the handle, I use 2 brass pins, and we have here, see if I can, says spalted maple burl, spalted maple burl, and black walnut. And I had made the whole handle spalted maple burl. First time I took the knife out, I ended up cracking a big chunk off it, batoning some pretty heavy duty hardwood. And I realized that burl is pretty, but it is not tough. Instead of taking all of the burl off and redoing it, what I did was I hacksawed it halfway down and replaced the top half with black walnut. And then I coated the knife with a combination of boiled linseed oil with some pine pitch I rendered from fat wood. I have a video on how I render that pine tar, pine pitch, whatever you want to call it, from fat wood. And what I did was I got them both kind of boiling a little bit and mixed them together and let them kind of seep in together. And I made a nice little mixture that I put on all my handles. It's just got a little different feel and smell and look from using just boiled linseed oil. And I have fallen in love with doing it that way. It's about time for me to make some more. I've been using it up. I put about 5 or 6 coats on here, one a day, to get her kind of nice and good for taking out in the weather. And back to the actual blade. It is an 1/8 inch thick. Like I said, about 7 inch blade length. I think overall length is 12 or 13 inches. It was labeled as a Jeff White Bowie knife online when I purchased it. It is extremely similar to a Camp King. A little bit different end of the handle with a Camp King, just a little bit different design. And of course the Camp King is, I believe, I'm going to get it wrong, but I think 3/16. This is only an 1/8 inch thick. But I'm very confident that I could beat this knife up and it'll last. I'm a super big fan of Jeff White knives. And this one here, it's competing for being my favorite with the Jeff White bush knife. The middle version of the bush knife, the one that's an 1/8 inch thick. This blade is definitely a couple inches longer. As for versatility, I mean, I feel like I can do anything with this blade that I can with the bush the bush knife. As you can see, it does a nice job of batoning and feather sticking. I was just batoning some seasoned wood there and feather sticking some seasoned wood. And it was hardwood also. Nothing green and soft. And it did the trick. Spine is a 90-degree spine, and it definitely works with a ferro rod in conjunction to getting the fire started. Got some good little shavings and scrapings and stuff off some of the wood I just batoned up, and had no problem getting the fire started with the ferro rod without any fat wood. Just using that wood. I was thinking about starting to wear this out everywhere I go. I mean, there's nothing I can't do with this that I couldn't do with the Bush One. So, and I just love that blade, the style. It's got a little bit of a drop point, maybe is what it would be called. Just curves down. This curve in here, you can get some real nice feather sticking going on, nice and sharp. A little bit of a finger choil here, and people complain about this edge here cutting their fingers. I mean, I haven't had any problems with it. If you do work with your hands, you really, shouldn't have to worry about it too much. If you got soft hands, you might have to worry about that edge a little bit. Plus, as long as you're paying attention, you're not going to cut yourself. If it's that much of a problem, maybe file that off right there a little bit more. I haven't had a problem with any of the Jeff White knives. A lot of them have that. And if you're on the fence about it, go out and get yourself a Jeff White knife. There are plenty to choose from. You can get them already put together, or you can go the cheaper route. I paid $30 for this knife blank. Paid about $30 for the spalted maple burl. And then I had black walnut. With the leather, it probably cost $60-70 to make this knife with the leather and all. But you can go a cheaper route. You can spend the $30 on the blade, and then maybe get yourself some $5 or $10 cheap unmatched walnut handles. Doesn't matter what they look like as long as it feels good in your hand. You know, I like to be, this is kind of like, this is how I like it. I like it to be original, one of a kind. I'm sure I'll be doing some more videos in the future if y'all hang tight. Bear with me. Hopefully I edited this one a little better. I just ended up getting a little video editor on my phone. I have a cheap old Android phone that I use to film, and then I finally broke down and got myself a little video editor, app. I'm not very good with electronics. I'd rather not have anything to do with them, but it is what it is. The world is speeding away, and if I don't follow, whatever. I'll just go up in the woods. But I hope you all enjoyed the video. Got all the way through it. Maybe give me a like if you enjoyed it, and hit the subscribe button, the notification bell. I'll be making more videos. I'm having fun doing it. Just trying to get better and better as I go. Hopefully I am getting better. And I hope you all have an awesome evening. Take it easy.